Hi, I'm Nicole Naum, and I wanted to discuss the Demerit point system in Virginia. When you get your first driver's license in Virginia, you start off at 0 points. Every year you're a good and safe driver with no problems, you get +1 points put on your license. The very, very best record you can have is a +5. You can find this on the dmvnow.org website. If you look up your name and get your license information, it actually shows up on your record as a +05. But this is the very, very best points you can have in Virginia. Every time you get a ticket, however, you lose points. And depending on the severity of the ticket is how many points you lose. So many people have negative driving records. Negative driving records are by far worse than positive driving records. Positive is good, negative is bad. It's a common misconception in Virginia, even amongst Virginia drivers. So how do you lose the points in Virginia? The #1 type of case that I see the most of are reckless driving tickets. Reckless driving is defined by either willful wanton disregard for life, limb, and property of another, or speeding 20 miles per hour or more over the speed limit, or anything over 80. And then there's passing a school bus, passing on a crest of a hill. There's numerous exceptions or numerous different iterations of what reckless driving means. But by far what I see the most of are accidents and high speed cases. Another common 6-point offense is DUI or DWI, which is exactly the same in Virginia. There's also hit and run and other examples. This is not an exhaustive list, but this will give you an idea of what you're looking at. So these are class 1 misdemeanors. They are 6 points off your license, and they will stay on your license for 11 years. The in-between between the misdemeanor offense and the traffic infractions, which is also a 6-pointer, is speeding 20+ over the speed limit. And what that means is an officer, even though you are reckless by speed by definition that we just talked about, they can actually just choose to write it as a speeding ticket rather than a reckless driving offense, and therefore giving you a break on the side of the road, which is true because it's not a crime, but it's just as serious. It takes 6 points off your license, and it's going to stay on your license for 5 years. So this type of offense needs to be taken just as seriously, even though you were given a break. The next set of offenses are all traffic infractions. And the typical traffic infractions that we see are 10 to 19 over, which is 4 points, and 1 to 9 over, which is 3 points, as well as improper driving. Improper driving is something that the courts use when you're less culpable than a reckless driver, but still not driving properly. So the court or the prosecutor can amend your reckless driving to an improper driving, which is a really great result because it's only 3 points and doesn't stay on your license for more than 3 years. 0-point offenses are stuff like defective equipment. Defective equipment is a non-moving violation, and that can be something that we negotiate out of a speeding realm to a defective equipment so that you don't have additional points deducted from what could have been a perfect driving record. I hope it helps understand our demerit point system and give you some information about what's going on in Virginia.